I wanted to watch this for a long time. I had high hopes for it, because it was supposedly Hayao Miyazaki's last film. From the trailer, it looks like a very charming love story. And the artwork of their kissing on the field while the girl is painting and then their faces are covered looks very interesting. Plus, I really love the song Vapor Trail. But honestly, it was just mildly average. At first, the girl looks 9, and the guy looks like a kid. His head is shaped like a peanut. Then sure enough, there was a time lapse. Then they got older. If not, it will be very weird, you know. At first, the earthquake felt random, but I guess that's the story, so at least it's different. The first hour of the movie was honestly quite draggy. Only a few moments of entertainment. This is like the first time I ever felt like I don't want to keep watching. I did feel a little bit like this when I was watching Only Yesterday, but for this one it felt like very unbearable for a moment. And this is also the first time where I feel like I don't really like the English dub of the main character. It's like he's trying too hard to have an accent or come across as too charming, I guess. Only by the end I was starting to get used to it and it started to feel okay, not annoying already. It still has that ASMR quality, it's very calm. I don't know, but it's just the way he speaks, it feels like he's trying too hard or he's just forcing it. His friend, who's sort of naggy and aggressive, was a breather. Against his always calm demeanor, he's the yin to the yang. It's like the main guy is stuck in a dream and this guy is in reality. He seems more likable, relatable, and more realistic than the main guy. The first hour definitely can be shorter, but towards the end I was starting to understand, okay, they were telling a story. I kind of forgive it for a bit. Then after the 1 hour mark, the long-nosed German guy made it a little bit interesting. And now they're suddenly in love? Now the earthquake makes sense, he's literally her hero. But it feels like they barely had any interaction to develop that strong of a connection. For the girl it makes sense because he saved her. But for him, I guess cause she's the only girl he interacted with. And this guy goes one step ahead of every other guy in every other Ghibli movie. They literally got married. Other movies just have a happy ending we don't know about or they don't end up together. But my guy just straight up marries her cause she doesn't have much time left. Even if that wasn't a case, he would still have anyway. But the whole wedding thing caught me off guard. The first hour of the movie felt draggy cause they just showed a little bit of the girl. Then 95% of it is about airplanes. If they balanced it both, it would be more entertaining. But I guess that just symbolizes how much time has passed and how focused he is on his career. The big-nosed German guy is also kind of creepy. He looks like a dodo bird. And the main girl has like slightly bluish hair that looks cool. Then later on in the movie, the story balances between his career and the girl, so it obviously became more entertaining. It doesn't just feel bloated with one thing. And that short boss guy is basically that other short boss guy in The Incredibles. And when both of the bosses joked about how they thought he'll marry an airplane, that joke stole the whole show. They said something like, wow, he's actually human or he actually has a personality, which was funny because that's what I thought he was lacking this whole time. I also just realized that this movie has an Oppenheimer kind of vibe. You know, because of the World War and then he's writing all of those equations, no time for relationships. He doesn't want to use his creations for warfare. Then the police are after him. You know, a lot of stuff like that make it kind of similar. And there's also different cultures like French, German, Japanese. I never expected to hear a German accent, you know. But the main guy doesn't worry about the culture. He just admires everything, which is something we should also learn. When the German officer was telling him to get out of here, he's just basically saying, wow, he's admiring their work and then it looks so beautiful, you know? So overall, this movie is very slow-paced. Having a main character that has an annoying voice and little personality didn't help. Even after 1 hour of watching, I wasn't really invested in the character. Like I said, I really wanted to stop watching. I always trust that towards the end of the movie, it would get better, and in this case, it was the same. Later, it did improve. No matter how charming his voice is, even when he says, "You're beautiful," I'm not buying it. I wouldn't watch this again, it didn't really make me feel anything. The only moments of feeling is when him and the girl met privately at the river and the girl told him she's been waiting and praying for them to meet again one day. And when the main guy's sister chases after her after reading a note she left. It didn't really inspire me to chase my dreams either. I guess the main girl also didn't really make it at the end, but I'm also not really bothered. It also ends kind of vaguely. But I saw one comment saying that this is about sacrifice, how he had to choose between his wife or country. Japan was trying to prove itself during World War II, and stuff like that. Even on Wikipedia there's some controversy, regarding like tobacco and political stuff, which you wouldn't really expect from a Ghibli film. But yeah, this movie is just here. I'm still glad I finally watched it, but it didn't really make me feel anything. So The Wind Rises, this one is a 4 out of 10.